Good morning, everyone. Shavua Tov. So we're continuing the Shemes umagen, Even Hazer Amen, and speaking about today more laws of weddings and laws of Ketuba. So there's a machloket between in the Rishonim if a Ketuba is mideoraita or miderabanan. And in general, the Ashkenazi poskim rule that it's mideoraita, and the Sephardic poskim, Shulchan Aruch, Rosh, Rambam, Rif, are of the opinion that it's miderabanan. So Rabbi Shalom was asked the question: if a Ashkenazi uses a Sephardic ketubah that doesn't say that it's mideoraita in it, or if there's an Ashkenazi ketubah, but for some reason it omitted that it's mideoraita, he said it's still kosher because again the main poskim, Rosh, Rif, Rambam, Shulchan Aruch, do rule that it's miderabanan. Of course, ideally each one with their custom, but if that's the case, then it's okay. Case number 2 is an interesting case that someone came to him with a ketubah from Tunisia that the currency at the time was francs. Now, so another big difference in Sephardic ketubah and Ashkenazi ketubah is that Ashkenazi ketubah doesn't have an amount in the ketubah that is a present day amount. Rather, they have 200 zuz, the amount that was in the Gemara. So that was just estimated at the time of divorce, at the time when her husband passes away. So here, there's a ketubah that was presented, that was from Tunisia, Tunisian francs, and at the time of the divorce, the time when the husband passed away, the amount that was written back then could have bought someone a house at the time. The amount now, things go down in value, whatever, was about, it's at 1,500 shekels. That's what it was. So what do you pay? What's the thing? So the thing is that it actually goes with the time of giviyah, the time of collecting. So the time of collecting, so if it goes down in value or up in value, it's at the last time, the time of the divorce, the time of the death. That's how much the value is. Now, mind you, 2 things. Number 1 is, for sure outside of Israel, there's a dina de malchuta dina, that there's divorce laws where you have to give 50%, you have to whatever. So even if it's more than your ketubah, you're forced to give based on the laws of the country. And I even think in Eretz Yisrael they make sure that the woman's taken care of, etc. And usually you're anyways gonna, you're not gonna get away with 1,500 shekels, I don't think. But if you're going with just that, then it is the the amount at the time of, even if it went up in value for whatever reason, right? Let's say whatever went up in value, then it is at the time of collecting. What? Why? Why the mother-in-law holds the ketubah? So there's a minhag that the mother-in-law, meaning the wife's mother, holds the ketubah, because the ketubah is basically a woman's insurance policy. That's how important the ketubah is, and there's a whole thing into that. Meaning, if a husband passes away or divorces, that she gets money, right? So the wife could have it, but the husband and the wife live together. So one day the husband could get upset and rip the ketubah or hide the ketubah. So now it's hard. It's in the mother-in-law's house. There's no. It's harder for him to get it. That's the explanation. The last point is, we learned this in the Gemara a couple times, where the husband provides mezonot to the wife, food, shelter, etc. And if a wife works, she brings in maaseh yadeha, she brings in money, then technically it goes to the husband, because that's kind of the trade. The husband provides for the wife, and if the wife brings in any money, it goes to the husband. But a wife could say, "Eni nizonit ve'eni osa." I don't want your food, and don't worry, whatever I work, I keep. So a wife could do that. Now the question was brought forward, which is not really such a strong question, but just to bring it out. Let's say a lady says, so let's say on the one hand, she doesn't say anything, and she makes more money than what the husband provides. So the money goes to the husband still, if she doesn't say anything. Work together, whatever. She makes 5,000 a month, he provides her with 2,000 a month, and she doesn't say anything, whatever, technically it's his. But if she says, I want to keep my own money, my own bank account, whatever, which in general is not really a good thing for marriage, everything should be together, etc. It's a different story. But let's say she says, I want to keep my 5,000 a month, you're supposed to give me 2,000, don't worry, keep your 2,000, let me keep my 5. So a person came to Rabbi Shalom and said, hold on a second, there's a different law, that if a lady finds a lost object, it goes to the husband. Okay, you can argue with that, but a lady finds a lost object. A wife, it goes to the husband. So he wants to say like this: a lady, let's say, makes $5,000 a month. The husband's supposed to get the cost is $2,000 that he covers for her. So let's say the extra $3,000. So now she says, I want to keep my $5,000. You keep your $2,000. So a person came to ask Rishon Masas, well, maybe the $2,000 really is how much he was supposed to pay. So she should keep just $2,000. The other $3,000 that she made profit more. Maybe look at that like a lost object, and like it's a lost object, so maybe he should keep it. But they said no. That's the whole concept of any mizonot ve'eni osa. The whole concept is I don't want your mizonot. I want to keep my money that I make, is because she makes more money than it, and she keeps the entire amount. Just to keep that clear. So, but again, shalom bayit, is sometimes also in second marriages or whatever, where a lady says, look, I have to have my own kids, you have your own kids, I have to keep my money, I'm not going to give you your money. So there's ways how to cut it, but that is basically how things go. Yeah. The wife took care of exactly. The wife took care of the husband. Yeah, exactly.
The right of the Rabbanan.
Ketuba, yes.
Yeah. What's the difference? What does it, in a sense, makes it is the right of the Rabbanan?
Good question.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, good question. You need midirabanan. You need the ketubah. You need to the point that if a person loses the ketubah, you can't live together. You have to rewrite the ketubah right away, etc. It is same thing, right? So what would be enough kamina? So do you fulfill is it a Torah commandment? Is it a Torah mitzvah or not? I can't think of enough kamina on the spot, but there's sure some differences there. Chazaku baruch. Mincha tonight and all week at 4:25.